Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast, Smackdown post show for June 28th, December 2024. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
I think they killed him, dog. My name is Chuck Jordan. They killed Paul. Look at my eyes. They killed my man. Paul Heyman guy.
Oh man, they would hate to. Man, what a Smackdown. Another one clean out the park. Paul Heyman is potentially deceased. But
I feel like somebody gets killed every week, man.
If Chad Gable could come back, damn it, Paul Heyman will be resurrected as well.
You know what? You're right. Let me get my shit back together.
We still got to see if CM Punk comes back.
Right.
Let's go.
They were live at Madison Square Garden, the mecca of all, had the bloodline. They make their way to the ring, and immediately after follows KO, Randy Orton, and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and of course, all hell broke loose. Both teams went at each other. They were all over the arena. KO even hit a swanton off the damn, what do you call that? A balcony? Yeah. Landed on Tonga Loa, laid him out. The security couldn't stop it. They had to bring the damn cops out. Ron, hell of a way to start off SmackDown.
Yeah, somebody was in the crowd like, someone please call 911. And Nick Aldis came with the cops, man. I was like, don't fight the cops. Cody, you black. Don't do it. He had to go. So yeah, it was definitely a good way to start. They just rolled up deep and came in there and handled business. So
I was upset with this segment.
Go why?
I was. Because his guy does it every single time. This guy he does it every single time.
Yep,
like I'm like, oh yeah, Cody, whoop their ass. And then he talks. And then I realize why, again, I can't wait for Roman to return. Well. Like, y'all just whoop their ass and KO like, bring him back out. Randy, yeah, let's go. And then Cody, you know what they see? They see whatever he said. Then he goes talk about some, but what I see is this about Kevin Owens. The reason that I'm in the ring, this and this about Randy. I'm like, dog, no, talk about fighting him. What do you give a promo? If you're gonna give a promo lesson, do the promo right.
Exactly.
This is like, why are you big up and like you sound like an announcer right now, and I need you to sound like you upset with the bloodline and not just let me roll off these guys' accomplishments because they're my friends and they're here with me.
Right.
That was the only thing I hated. Other than that, great way to start the show. Like I said on our group chat, we are already 10 minutes in. I'm already on the edge of my seat. Like,
well, in the words of Cody Rhodes, you got to understand. That,
wow. Wow. He has a speech problem.
Once I notice it, it's hard not to notice it anymore.
Wow. But yeah, that was a good way though to start off the show, especially if you wanted the end to end the way it did. It didn't make sense to me at the beginning. Like, why would you belittle Solo like that? It's supposed to be some type of ceremony going on, but I completely understand. You need to get them out the way. Perfect way to start the show off. But next up, we get Tiffany Stratton getting the win, advancing to the Money in the Bank tournament over Jade Cargill and Candice LeRae. Of course, Nia Jax came down, assisted with Tiffany. Bianca Belair came down. India Hartwell came down, but in the end, Tiffany Stratton is headed to Money in the Bank. Shout out Nia Jax, the queen and the queen and the princess. And it is definitely Tiffy time. I'm just going to start this off. Of course, this was the correct decision. I mean, one of the most beautiful women to ever grace the professional wrestling ring. She has the perfect moonsault. I mean, why not? Next up,
it's the prettiest moonsault.
It's beautiful, elegance, grace, perfection personified, whatever you want to call it.
No,
I like the way that they took.
I love this host. This was a great match, top to bottom.
Yeah.
I loved how they even got Jade out the way.
Yep.
Bianca chased Indy away. Nia was looking like she wanted to do something menacing, but even after Jade got taken out, she could have kept going, but she was like, "It ain't even wasted. No, it's not even wasting my time," and went back to focusing on the match. And even when she tried to get Tiffy was like, "Nah," and pulled it out. It was Tiffy time. Definitely. But we've been hoping for this, Yeah. It's time for Tiff to get a push.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I also like the way I like seeing heel Indy Hartwell and her heel ways, and I'm glad I like the way that she took Jade out too, caught her by surprise because Jade was getting caught up in the whole situation with Bianca. She was ready to jump in if she needed to and wasn't paying attention. But yeah, Tiffy was definitely the right decision. We all know what time it is.
Tiffy time, of course.
It's Tiffy time.
Next up, though, we got what it may not have been the moment of the night, but it was damn sure the match of the night. This was pay-per-view, high quality. LA Knight defeats Escobar and Logan Paul. It was all type of interference when he came down the ring.
Yeah.
Logan Paul had Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers, who don't know. Indiana Pacers eliminated the New York Knicks. And in front row was Jalen Brunson. At the end, they got into it. It was a square off with them. That was incredible media for somebody like me who watched the NBA. Both worlds merging. That was like, whoever wrote that, kudos to you. But
these got some guys that was actually interesting. These two guys are just like boring, and you can tell that they should have rehearsed it a little bit more with them early on in the day because they both looked lost. Like,
it don't matter. They ain't supposed to look found. They in the NBA. They are lost. What the fuck you doing here? That was brilliant.
We've seen crossovers from other people, and usually they at least get, like, what was that one actor that was in the match that with the Green Arrow? At least normally you give them a little bit of coaching before the match or before the preview. At least you know what you're doing.
Right.
We seen even with Snoop Dogg come out. Snoop be looking lost, but at least Snoop has an idea of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Tyrese looked like he didn't know what he was doing, except for, okay, I'm supposed to stand here and just keep doing this. And then...
But it was still good to see Knicks, Pacers. It was a good playoff. It was nice,
I like the playoff. I like I don't know how to explain it. I like the interaction. I just thought they should have coached them more because they both looked like they knew their cues, but they didn't know what to do after they did the cue. Like, I'm supposed to come out now and stop him. And then when LA had the chair, he was like, "Hey, we gotta run him off at the end." And Jalen was like, "Oh yeah." Then
was LA Knight the right pick?
No,
LA Knight was not.
You thought Escobar was supposed to win it?
Yes, because I wanted a match between LA Knight and Logan, but I know they were give us that at SummerSlam. But
they're holding that at SummerSlam.
I know. That's what I said. I know now that they're holding it, but I was like, I really would like it this coming up. But SummerSlam it is. I know it's getting to a boiling point though, because they keep getting in each other's way. So I know it's only gonna steam up to have a match, but I was hoping it was gonna be this one. But we can wait. We can wait to SummerSlam for it.
Yeah, they're just adding fuel to the fire. You already know that that LA gonna get close to grabbing that briefcase, and then you're gonna have Logan Paul come out and mess it up. So,
who's the last three for Raw?
The last three? I don't know. I don't know if they mentioned it yet.
Yeah, no. I think they're gonna fight for it on Raw. That's the final spot.
I know, but who's last? I don't know. Never mind.
Oh, we got so it's LA Knight, Chad Gable, Mello, Jey Uso, and Andrade.
Yeah,
And
so
when
I'm
it's
trying
one
to
more
figure out
open
what's-
spot.
what's- be.
trying to figure out what's the match on Monday that's going to be.
Oh, yeah, there.
Like out of which fighters is left.
We shall see. It could be anybody. The way they doing it, you're getting rookies in this, veterans in it, but it's a nice balance, so far.
I like it.
Yep,
I wish they
yep.
would have did one for NXT. Let one person from NXT come up. But I
And we
get it.
have with Corbin backstage, Ron.
Yeah, so backstage you had speaking of NXT, you had Corbin back there watching the whole thing go down with Apollo Crews, and I think they were pulling for LA Knight, it looked like. But then Melo comes back being arrogant like he's been being, and Apollo Crews told him, like, you ain't won nothing yet. You doing all this talking, ain't won nothing. He's talking about having merch shirts saying it's Melo in the bank and all that stuff, trying to cash in before he even get the briefcase.
I completely forgot Baron Corbin won it. When he said it, I was like, oh, damn, you did win it and lose it.
Yeah, so
he's like, man, you were way too confident.
Right.
yeah,
Shout
so,
out
yeah,
Apollo for getting some TV time.
Yeah, I know. I think every time you get to see Apollo, I'm cool with it. They Melo need to calm it down a little bit. You don't want to get in that territory.
Apollo is turned into Titus O'Neil. He's just in catering.
Man, as long as they don't do him like they did EC3, you never saw EC3. He was always back there in catering.
Right. Next up, we got next up was the dope moment, man. This hit home right here. I'm a huge Cody mark. I know I have my beefs with Roman from time to time, but this tribute to his father was done beautifully, man. Beautiful. I can't, you see my background, come on. But it was done beautifully. You are the Tribal Chiefs #1 fan. Can you tell me about how you felt about this, Chuck?
Man, I legit got a teary-eyed. I got emotional because even when I first got into wrestling, I knew about the Wild Samoans, and I've just been a whole fan of all the Samoans coming out. But man, this was great to see, and even when they talked about from brother to father to grandfather, and then to see when Roman won the belt, he was there. Nobody even knew he was there. Type, that was great to see.
Yeah, definitely.
And the fact that he was one of the first few to actually get into the company that even basically started this whole thing. So, yeah, R.I.P. Sika, man.
R.I.P. Sika. That was a hell of a tribute. WWE, anytime somebody passed or some type of emotional thing, they usually always do them right, hit a home run. So R.I.P. Sika, and get well soon. Yes.
I don't
get
know.
well soon to the whole Hawaii family.
I would tell them that, but whatever.
Yep. But the family should be happy because a member advances next to the Mrs. Money in the Bank. Naomi gets the win over Blair Davenport and India Hartwell to advance to the Money in the Bank. Now we finally get a veteran in here. Ryan, how you feel about this?
I thought it was done well. I thought it was a really good match. And we got to actually see why Blair Davenport be talking all that trash, and you got to see a little bit of ruthlessness that I was talking about, like how she don't care, stomp on your back while your face is on the stairs and all that type of stuff. So, and then by Naomi getting that win, finally, we, let's keep that momentum going with Naomi. And yeah, it was a good match. It really was a good match. I was impressed.
Yeah,
that was
incredible.
Three spots I thought that was incredible. What's her name again?
Blair Davenport.
When Blair hit the steps, hit Indy on the steps, I was like, wow, that's great. When Indy had Naomi and used her and swung her into her and then slammed her, I was like, damn. I was like, I it's rare you see, girls that skinny, that strong. But I was like, okay, And then there was that one where she had Indy had her in the headlock, and Naomi jumped over top, and that was that whole
neck,
sequence. I was like,
the neck breaker, yeah.
I legit was like, here we go.
Yep.
I like spots like that when you can recall moments in matches. That to me, that's when you're doing something right. and I thought that this match had a lot of good key moments where you can draw back on.
And I think this is the best performance that Indy Hartwell has had since she's been on the main roster. We didn't really get to see a lot of strong performances by Indy. Like in NXT, you got to see it, but since she's been on the main roster, she hasn't really had those type of spots. So that's good for her to get in there, and I think she has some familiarity with Blair Davenport too, so that probably helped.
Definitely. Solid match, man. All the wrestling tonight been good, man. No complaints, really. No match.
Only one. I only had one complaint all night.
What was that?
That was the goddamn blackouts.
Oh, man.
Fox,
they said the crowd was cussing too much. I'm
Fox, man.
They said it was too much cussing, so they kept blocking it out. But I was
It's New York. What do you expect?
Man, what you expect?
Madison Square Garden.
All right. Damn, I cannot wait till they go to Netflix and this bullshit. But now, this in the content creator world is what you call the clickbait. The main event.
Hold on. I got to get my fake tears back in.
Get him out, because Paul Heyman had it all going. He had the 5 o'clock shade. He was looking depressed, miserable. It was rumors about Jimmy showing up, The Rock showing up, but the Bloodline come to the ring for the acknowledgement ceremony, and Solo Sikoa does something that I didn't see coming. He asks them to acknowledge him.
He started with the crowd first, which really they was like,
what?
Acknowledge him. Wow. Disrespect. I'm not even a Roman. I'm a Roman hater. And that disrespect there was crazy. But then he brings out his new enforcer to acknowledge him, which, ladies and gentlemen, we all know Cody got had the best interest in the game. But Jacob has just taken that. He has just taken that. He has the best entrance in all of professional wrestling. The red light coming down. The chant at the beginning of the song, this shit was out cold. Just made him look menacing as the enforcer. Perfect.
Really. Anytime your entrance sets like the atmosphere just from your entrance. Like they showed the wolf. It had all like the tribal symbols and stuff. It was the anticipation when he's gonna walk out.
Hey, he even did the one thing that Rock used to do when he was like standing under the ring and he did the little head turn. I was like,
yeah. And he even had when he got on the ropes, he kind of had his own version of the Triple H spit. That was perfect, man. Perfect. Menacing. Then they had that shit was so big they had to go to the commercial break after him. That was crazy, man. That was big.
Chuck over there setting the move right now. He just get the light.
My light went out.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, Jacob Fatu looks like
he looked menacing.
Like, man, I can't
serious.
Wait. I can't wait to see his first official match in WWE.
Yeah.
Right. But then we got it.
Man, and after that though,
Paul took the mic. It was like, I love you.
Let's tell it to him. First, he goes to him and looks at him face to face after he asks Tongaloa, Jacob, and even Tama Tonga. They acknowledged the new tribal chief. But then it was Paul Heyman's turn, and he looked at him and said, I love you, Solo, but you are not my tribal chief. Woo, Chuck.
Man, that pop too when he said that. Everybody,
man, they're literally, you know what? Paul Heyman is one of being able to put somebody over, and I've legit only seen one person fail behind his push. And technically it wasn't because of Paul, it was just because Ryback just wanted to be Ryback. But other than that,
say Cesaro.
No, Ryback.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
And Ryback was technically over for a minute. Then
he took somebody off backstage and they took it out on him. That's what that was. Politics.
Yeah. And then even with who was you say?
Cesaro.
Swiss Superman. I always call him Swiss Superman. I can remember the name. He just came at a weird time because he was transitioning from Cesaro to CM Punk coming back and then Brock. It was like
But shout out to Claudio, because Claudio is killing it in AEW with the Blackpool Combat Club right now.
Either way it goes, Paul Heyman is the best manager, and the only person I know that legit is a needle mover.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when like Solo already had heat on him, but this just made him the number one asshole in the company.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And after that, the reason he was an asshole because Solo destroyed, obliterated, annihilated, eviscerated, whatever you want to use. He did
killed
that
my
to
man
him,
Paul.
and they put him in a powerbomb. This old man in a powerbomb through a table to the loudest roar I have ever seen. Then put the necklace around Solo and acknowledge him as the new tribal chief. We do not deserve the level of cinema we are getting today as professional wrestling fans. I'm just gonna say it.
Now it's not just any power bomb though.
Yeah.
That was the Shield power bomb.
Yes.
More disrespect to Roman.
More disrespect.
Oh.
Your thoughts on this rhyme, man?
Man,
the whole thing.
Paul Heyman is the best manager since Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
He to put anybody over, either heel or babyface. And this is cinema, man. It's just it keeps getting better. Just when you think every time you think it's about to get stale. We ain't seen nothing yet, man. This is like it's like the Sopranos, man. It's like the Sopranos. It's just the next season.
Fam, when you just said Sopranos, I thought about, dude, we were literally Roman had the belt for 4 years. We are in season 5 right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Of the bloodline. The bloodline, like, understand, like, what we're saying right now, people at home. The bloodline has been running for about 5 to 6 years. And it's only getting better. Like, the way they're telling this long story, I can see this lasting a full 10 years.
It's like House of Dragons.
Especially considering how many Samoans you could still bring in. And then all these guys got like a bunch of kids. You can take this story forever.
You can even do
got 7 kids.
Roman got 5.
I don't wait. First,
you can keep this going.
First of all, I want to know how old his oldest is, because didn't he go to prison?
Yeah, right.
When did he make these kids? Did he come out like, you know what time it is? Like,
yeah, you know what time it is. Oh man.
But yeah, this is enjoyable, man. But it's what a time to be a wrestling fan.
What a time.
This is 5 years. Like,
Paul Levesque era.
And from what they said, I don't know if it's true. This could just be they was like Bloodline, Wyatt's, and I think they said another fact. All have their own writers. Bloodline has their own writer, and the only person that is involved is Paul, Roman, the writer, and Triple H.
Man.
And most of the writing is done by Paul. Paul's the one that's let's do it like this.
Paul Heyman, it gotta be.
And Triple H instead of like Vince, like, well, I don't know. Triple H just like, all right. How much time you need? I'll make sure we don't have nothing booked for that time.
Right.
Who else you need in the segment? All right, I'll make sure there's not any other thing. Let it go. Right.
You saw what they did tonight. They bumped the Street Profits because they needed to have that space and time. They wasn't gonna run it together. They bumped it to next week.
Yep.
So it's gonna be Pretty Deadly versus the Street Profits.
You need to bump them to NXT or AEW. Get the hell out of here. Take
the
B-Fab with you. Yeah, man. I'm just done with it, man. I'm done with it. They gotta shake this shit up. I put them in the same basket as the New Day. Get the hell out of here till you figure out.
No, they do. They definitely do need to shake it up. Some. What happened to Bobby? Is he injured?
Yeah, Bobby injured.
Yeah, so they gotta shake something up. They gotta
shake it all up. Shit, blow it all up.
I'm not gonna lie, dog. If Bobby ain't coming back, take old girl, put her back in NXT or do something else with her. She don't need to be with the Street Profits. She make them look bad.
Yeah. But back to Paul Heyman.
Back to the greatness of Paul. I have a shirt that says I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I gotta find it for next segment.
Yeah. Paul Heyman, Chad Gable, man.
Can we get the song for? A moment of silence for Paul. This was a murder.
Man, we got all type of red flags. We can't even play that song no more live.
Here we go.
Moment of silence, man. Just a moment of silence for Paul.
There we go.
To say goodbye to you.
R.I.P.
All right.
Paul Heyman, man. R.I.P. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, Chuck, what are you giving tonight?
I honestly had it at a 10, but all them damn blackouts, I'm giving it a 9. WWE,
Yeah, that blackout pissed me off, man.
Fox fucked y'all up from Chuck giving y'all another perfect 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 for me too.
One of these.
Yeah.
9 for me too. Fox, man, y'all got to get it together. I
Yeah,
remember
y'all do.
watching Fox late at night, and they used to cuss on the TV shows, but
Yeah,
then they cussing and wrestling is live. It is what it is. Take the fine. Y'all get
take the
paid
fine.
enough.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm up there with y'all, man. I was gonna get this like a high score, but that shit just irritated the flow. It could have been so much better. So 9.5 for me, but still a solid show. Telling you where we go from here, and we was all talking about Zilla. We was talking about Jimmy. We was talking about The Rock. We was talking about Roman. We still got all them to come.
Anything
We
can
didn't
still
even know
happen.
that.
Money in the bank.
We didn't need none of it
Anything can
yet.
still happen.
Anything can happen. But till
But
next.
I will say one thing before we get off. I will say one thing that kind of been really pissing me off, and I realized
What was that?
they have nothing for Bailey since they put the belt on her. And it's really irritating. Like, y'all had no plan for Bailey once y'all gave her the belt. And it's the second or third time she's had the belt. And it's just like, okay.
She just waiting around for a challenge and Money in the Bank.
Yeah, maybe nobody deserving, or she could be hurting. We don't even realize it. That's just the brilliance of Triple H's writing, you know?
And I'm just saying, like, this is like the third time she's had the belt. Like, usually, like, all right, well, Becky had the belt. You had like a list of opponents. Liv got the belt. They scrambling right now, but at least, you know, she still got good entertainment with mini Latina. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's
We about to get
nothing
it.
for
With
Bayley.
somebody gonna deserve it real soon at Money in the Bank. So she's
But I'm
gonna
just
have her
saying,
hands
but
full soon.
How long has she had the belt and she's just now getting, or other than Piper, she's just now getting a good opponent? It's taking this. This is what I'm talking about. It's usually right after WrestleMania, you have a good opponent for him. She had nobody, and I just thought that was just kind of.
Now it's just Nia Jax now, basically, in SummerSlam.
You know, I'm be honest. Her outfit's been stealing the show so much. I don't even care.
Right.
I haven't
I'm
even
not
noticed
mad.
it
I'm
until
not-
you just said it. I was
I'm not
like,
mad at how
Bailey
she
been on my
looks.
mind every fucking week. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bailey
I'm not
just
mad at
dripped
how
out.
she looks. I just know, like, like I said, when somebody get a title, you already have their next opponent lined up for them. And this is
Yeah, I
like
see.
second or third time she's had the belt, and there wasn't really no feud or nothing to get her a good story going. It's just Bailey got the belt. And
I
she
think
looks
they got
good.
that.
She looks good with it. It's just the fact that it's like, I wish they would have more opponents lined up for her when she has the belt.
Yeah.
Instead of, well, we got Piper, like they're scrambling to find somebody.
I think
give
they,
Naomi.
I think they
It should have
put.
been like, all right, she's done. Next opponent, Tiff. After that, we going here. After that, we going here. They
I
had
think they
nothing
put
for her.
themselves. I think they put themselves in the corner when Nia Jax had won the Queen of the Ring, and they know that that's their next big match is her against Bailey.
Yeah, I'm just
You
using
can't
that
put
as a
anything else in
reference.
between. So
I'm just using that as a reference because when Rhea had it, you still had Becky and Liv as her opponents.
Facts.
Then
Facts.
Becky was gone, and then you got they just put it on Liv. And like I said, since Liv got it, they really didn't know what they was kind of scrambling because two people got hurt. But originally, when Rhea won, she already had two opponents ready. Bailey won. He was like,
who's next?
Naomi.
Well, how about this weekend, Sunday, Money in the Bank prediction show. We gonna have it, man. Right here on the Holy Shhh Podcast. And we'll see who Bailey's next opponent is. Yep. Any last thoughts, Ryan?
No, that was it. There's keep cooking, Triple H. This is you and Sean, DX
Cooking.
in there, the DX kitchen. So keep it up.
Keep it up. Till next time, you will see us Monday night for the post Monday Night Raw show. It's your boy ABE from
I thought you said
DET.
Sunday.
Oh yeah, Sunday. We're gonna have every day, ladies and gentlemen, every day we're gonna have something, but all of us together will be rare. So Sunday, maybe all of us. I mean, Monday for sure will be all of us.
Definitely Monday.
Monday, the 4 Horsemen intact, along with Coach DTEM. But for now, it's your boy AB from DET.
It's your boy Ron T, the icon.
My name is Chuck George. They killed my man Paul, bro. Chuck
R.I.P.
George,
Paul
dog.
Heyman. Holy Shhh Podcast, we out.